In the 18th century, the grass was green and the river water ran clear. Close your eyes and hear the water flow. The leaves crunch under your feet as the warmth of the sun sneaks through the trees and hugs your back. A child runs by, happily playing tag with the other children.
This was the scene of many Aboriginal communities in the 18th century. During this time, white men came into contact with Aboriginals in Kanata. They began trading and learning the ways of the Aboriginal people. Times were prosperous and conditions were improving as the two strangers shared their ways of living. Just as the white man learned the ways of Aboriginals, the Aboriginals gained from the technology and endeavors of the white folks. Learning from each other, they looked toward a bright future of cooperation and coexistence.
Imagine having to hunt for your food every morning, building a fire to keep yourself warm in the night. Imagine not knowing what to do when you are sick, unable to get help to cure that dreadful cough of yours. Imagine searching for your education on your own, seeking knowledge without success. Imagine living in the days of the past, struggling to survive every day. Fast forward to the Canada we know today, and we see a country brimming with justice. A day-to-day justice for all to grab and all to enjoy. A justice of survival. Hospitals and healthcare to battle the illness that plague a family. Grocery stores and restaurants to feed those who are hungry. Schools, books, and even the internet for those who thirst for knowledge. And for the young who will grow to be our future. Laws and enforcers to right what is wrong and to battle the injustice on behalf of the people. Housing and shelter to hide from nature's wrath, providing warmth and comfort in the dead of night.
Turn down the music. Pull the curtains aside. What you see is an illusion. What are the actual living conditions of Aboriginal people? Broken homes with little electricity, living in unreachable areas? I was ignorant of these facts. I was a human rights activist, yet I didn't know about the very issues which plagued Canada, so close to my very own home. I started to learn more as I connected with an Aboriginal community in Northern Ontario called Sandy Lake. I even had a pen pal. His name was Jara. He enjoyed playing hockey with his friends, where they used to use stones and makeshift sticks. In one of our letters, I remember him telling me about their life there, as the winters were cold and they often didn't have enough electricity to heat their homes. These houses were put in place as an attempt to give back by the Canadian government, a justice that was seen in their eyes. The Aboriginal people have been driven into poverty and even illness and drug abuse. Having originally resided in southern Ontario, the Aboriginals were driven out to accommodate the white man's preference. Now they live in cold and remote regions of northern Ontario. We've displaced their homes and replaced it with things that suit our happiness.
A justice that stems from an injustice requires a keen and sensitive eye. It is not an action, but rather a reaction, whose motives need to be assessed. We are not saying it cannot be right, nor can it be just, but neither are we saying that it cannot be wrong. Some of the justice we see and experience are not acts of valor or sympathy, but rather covers. Covers meant to shield our eyes from the truth, shield our minds from the past, a past of injustice. A generous donation to forget an oil spill. A kind president who overlooks corruption. A bright country constructed through genocide. Similar to how we cannot judge a person by the worst thing they have ever done, we cannot judge a person by the most just act they have ever committed. Justice is a sensitive topic, and justice that stems from injustice is not very just at all.
Created using Powtoon.